Hello, my heritage friends. Chandler Crouch here, broker and owner of Chandler Crouch Realtors. I have been studying the market, and I've got a lot of interesting information here to try and answer the question of, is now a good time for buyers to buy, and is now a good time for sellers to sell? And so I've got lots of details, but I've got this nice pretty graph here. I'm going to just set down. If you can zoom in, I want to show you what we've got here. So this graph starts in the beginning of last year. It goes to current day. I'd like to compare August 2016, which was $240,000 was the median sales price. Compare that to August this year, $248,950. This is the direction we like to see things go in. Prices are going up. And you got to keep in mind, this is just for a very small area. This is heritage. And so when we get a small data set like that, prices tend to, the graph tends to be pretty erratic. I mean, the one thing that could explain this low month is just the inventory that was selling just wasn't quite as high end. Maybe nothing in Hilltop sold this month. Maybe the inventory it took a little longer for it to sell or something, and maybe they sold this month. But the important thing, just looking at the market in general for our area, is that line is going in an upward trend. If we were to zoom out 3 to 5 years, you'd see the same thing. Since it is such a small market area, we really need to look at other numbers to answer these questions. And so, number I'd like to look at is the median days on market for heritage, and it started just under 20 in January 2016. As you can see, as we continued through the year, my gosh, it got to almost zero. That is unheard of. That just shows you the demand for this neighborhood and just how incredibly hot this market was. It wasn't this hot for most subdivisions, I'll tell you that. Heritage is unique in that it is one of the most desirable areas in all of North Texas. But let's just look at the same perspective here. August 2016 took 12 days for a house to sell. August 2017 took 18 days. This is not a big difference. Most sellers are not going to have a significant amount of additional expenditures because of those extra 6 days on the market. But it just gives us an idea on what the market's doing. You can see this downward swing here. It goes up in the winter months. This is going to be January. It goes down in spring and summer, again, up again. And so you might look at this graph and think, well, obviously January and December are bad times to sell because it takes longer to sell. Well, you look here, and January was one of the highest sales prices. The market was screaming hot as far as sales prices go, and so these numbers don't really tell us what we need to know. This number does a lot better. This is the month supply of inventory. Okay, it's a hypothetical number that just theorizes how long it would take for all the existing inventory to get sold off if nothing new is brought on the market. Okay, so August last year, 1.5 months of inventory. August this year, 2 months of inventory. And then look at this. January, it was almost at the bottom. So what this means is, if you put your house on the market, and your house was on the market in January of 2017, your odds of selling just go sky high. It means the market was excellent for you. Okay, and so I would say the difference that we're seeing in the market is not a large enough difference for us to react on. The pricing trends are in a steady climb upward, so there's really not a bad time to sell as far as pricing goes. Your odds of selling are a little higher in fall and winter, but then you're going to sell a little quicker in spring and summer. The difference between the seasonal trends and the difference between what it was last year and this year are just not significantly different enough to react on. We do know this, though. We just hit the all-time or the year low of interest rates in 2017. It just happened, so it's an excellent time for buyers to buy. And if it's a good time for buyers to buy, that means it's a good time for sellers to sell too, because there's going to be plenty of folks out there that can afford your house and help that inventory move. As far as the month supply of inventory, it's gone up a little bit. Not significant enough to react on again, but it's something we should probably keep our eye on. If that number keeps climbing, then we might start to think that we are at the cusp of a market correction. It's still too early to react on, and the amount of inventory has to climb quite a bit. Another thing to just mention is We had the hurricane down south. That's going to affect our real estate market some degree. I'm not sure exactly how much or in what ways. I could speculate, but let's just keep an eye on that. The thing that you really need to know is what the value of your house is, and that's a free service we provide. We can help you with that. Feel free to just give us a call, 817-381-3800, or feel free to just email hello@chandlercrouch.com. And if you want more information about real estate bubbles, I've got another video I'm going to post on our Facebook page. Just search Chandler Crouch Realtors on Facebook. You'll find it there, and I think some of the information there is going to be shocking to you. So that is it. Y'all have a great day. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you next time.